Responding to recent testimonies from wives of slain ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, Nobel laureate Nadia Murad warned that women associated with ISIS must also be held accountable for their crimes. The Hague's International Court of Justice began hearings on Monday on the legal consequences of Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories since 1967. It has come to light almost a month after the event that Iran executed a woman, Hajar Atabaki, in Kazin Central Prison on the 20th of January. And Iraq's Kurdistan Regional Government Prime Minister, Masroor Barzani, has been summoned by a district court in the United States to face charges of human rights violations. Learn more with Media News. Slain Islamic State leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi held more than 10 Yazidi women as slaves, as did all other senior members of the jihadist group. His first wife, Asma Mohammed, has said,
كان له دور تأثير كبير في جلب المقاتلين وخاصة الأجانب للتنظيم. يعني في تلك الفترة أصبحت الدنيا مفتوحة للتنظيم. يعني كل شيء متوفر. كان الزواج رخيص جدا.
Baghdadi's third wife, who was married to him at the age of 14, recounted her experience of living with 9 slaves within a week of her marriage.
اللي كان يدور معاهن هل كنا يعني هل من الممكن كان يسعنا للهروب من المكان اللي كان موجودات فيه؟
هن كانوا يحاولون الهروب بس من بيتنا اللي احنا متواجدين به ما حدا هرب. يعني بهذيك الفترة ما كان حد يريد يهرب. بعدين تحول لغير بيت هربا منهم. يعني
Following the interviews, Nobel laureate Yazidi human rights activist Nadia Murad issued a statement stressing that wives of ISIS were also perpetrators who facilitated the sexual slavery and genocide of the Yazidi people. Al-Baghdadi's wives and other ISIS women are not victims. They must be held accountable for their crimes, Murad said. The International Court of Justice, or ICJ, in The Hague began hearings on Monday on the legal consequences of Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories since 1967. The hearings, with contributions from an unprecedented 52 countries, are in response to a request from the UN General Assembly in December 2022 for the ICJ to provide a non-binding advisory opinion on Israel's policies in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem. This is the second time that the ICJ has been asked by the UN General Assembly for advice on the long-standing conflict. A previous ruling in July 2004 found Israel's separation barrier in the West Bank to be in violation of international law and recommended its removal. However, the barrier remains in place. Israel has decided not to participate in the current hearings, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sharply criticising the 2022 UN request as despicable and disgraceful. The hearings are distinct from South Africa's recent genocide complaint against Israel. They will be followed by a period of deliberation, after which an advisory opinion will be issued. The hearings come amid escalating tensions, with Israel threatening an assault on Rafah in Gaza on the 10th of March unless Hamas releases the hostages that they still hold. Iran executed a woman in Kazin Central Prison on the 20th of January, Norway-based Iran Human Rights reported. News of the execution has come to light almost a month after the sentence was carried out. The woman, Hajar Atabaki, was hanged in silence, meaning the execution was not reported in the domestic media nor by the country's officials. A recent 2024 report by Human Rights Watch on global trends in executions stated that Iran remains one of the world's top practitioners of the death penalty, behind only China. Atabaki is the second woman known to have been executed in Iran this year. She was executed for a drug-related offence. Iran Human Rights, in a comprehensive report on women and the death penalty, said that drug-related executions in Iran were dominated by underlying poverty issues. In December, a victim of child marriage and domestic abuse was executed for the murder of her husband, despite pleas from the international community for clemency. The United States District Council for the District of Columbia has ordered Masroor Barzani, the Prime Minister of Iraq's autonomous Kurdistan regional government, to appear within 21 days to answer civil charges brought against him. The lawsuit, which implicates various members of the ruling Barzani family and other Kurdish officials, includes nearly 25 legal cases with multiple charges, including human rights violations and corruption. The lawsuit, filed on 30th of January by the Kurdistan Victims Fund, a US-based non-profit organisation, represents a significant legal challenge to the leadership of the Kurdistan Regional Government. Represented by Maki Ravand, a Kurdish activist living in exile in Germany, and an extensive list of anonymous plaintiffs, the case makes a series of serious allegations. These include atrocities, indiscriminate violence, arson, murder, genocide, and financial crimes that have had a significant impact on the political and social landscape of the Kurdistan region. The lawsuit also highlights specific cases of abuse, such as the murders of Kurdish journalists Sardasht Othman, Wadat Hussein, and Kawa Garmiani.